Welcome back to Practice with Polly. I'm glad you're here for this one. We're going to start a fire and fumigate the house. So what I have here is a copper, basically it's a little fire pit. So it's made out of copper, and I have it on a stainless steel tray because I don't want to burn anything in the house if this fire gets too high. And this is a copper spoon. And copper, when you burn in it, actually helps ionize the smoke, which helps with the fumigation process. So anyways, I have to tell you a story as I try to light this. Let's hope it fires up. This is a piece of charcoal that's used, and these fire ceremonies are done a lot in India. And when I went and I was studying with Dr. Lod, I personally tend to have an awful lot of problems with sinus infections ever since I was a kid, and I traveled on the airplane and I ended up with a sinus infection. And when I got to Dr. Lod's, the very first thing that they did was they had a fire ceremony, and they used wood, but they also used cow dung. And as you know, cows are revered in India for medicinal purposes, and one of the things that cow dung is it's antimicrobial. And so what I have here is a little bit of smoke, and they say where there's smoke there's fire, so we do have a little bit of fire going here. And Dr. Kuldeep said when we use our fumigation spice mix, we can use different types of woods, and one of them was neem. And since I don't have neem, and neem is very antimicrobial, I did purchase this cow dung through Dr. Lod in Vasatland over in New Mexico. And so basically this is kind of how we started a fire. We put a little bit of the cow dung. Whoops, hopefully that's not too hot. And let's see if I can get a fire started. I'll do my best to build a little teepee here and get it going. And once I get a fire going, we got some smoke. That's good. So the purpose of the cow dung is actually because it's antimicrobial. Now in India, they take the cow dung and they burn it in a big fire ceremony, and then they use it to put on their fields. And it's of course an excellent fertilizer as well. So when I'm done here, I'll take this and I'll put it in my garden outside because it is a fertilizer. As my gas source here, I'm just using an electric flame, flame starter. But I also have a little extra ghee here just in case I need to keep the fire going. So I do have some fire going. Seems to be going pretty good. And my husband built me this little coil. It's a copper coil. He had it done with all his electrical stuff so that I can keep some air underneath it and keep the fire going. So hopefully I can get this fire going. And then we'll get back to why we're burning a fire in the first place. So you have my mixture here that we put together. And remember, that mixture was Dr. Kuldeep's recipe. And it was 50 grams of turmeric. It was 10 pieces of cardamom that I ground up, 10 grams of rock salt, 10 grams of clove, 10 grams of asafoetida, 20 grams of dried ginger, 25 grams of mustard seeds, 10 grams of black pepper, 20 grams of googaloo powder, which I happen to have here, but that's optional, you don't have to use that, and 5 grams of camphor. Now he said you could burn this on neem, which is a tree, which is a wood, but I didn't have that, but I did have ground neem, so I put 15 grams of ground neem in there as well. And we made this mixture, and we put it together in our last video. And to do this defumigation process, you take 1 teaspoon of that and you put it on the fire. So let's see what happens. This is my first time doing it. Let's keep it burning here. And we know that there's ghee in there as well. Got a nice smoke going. And this is going to, the smoke will then permeate the house, the air in the house, and pretty much kill any microbes in the air. And this is how you would fumigate your house. Now, what does it smell like? It smells like, well, it smells like smoke. It's not an unpleasant smell, but it does not smell like any one of those spices. And you can brush them on yourself, let them go everywhere. And we now have our nice fumigation process in place. Once this all burns down, I'll just take it, all the ground ashes, and I'll put it in my flower garden so that it will be as fertilizer. So this is a wonderful way to purify the air in your house using spices and herbs. And I hope you give it a try. And especially in this age of COVID-19, Dr. Kuldeep says they're having some really nice results with this spice mixture, so try it out. If you have any questions, please contact me at Ayurveda Health for Life, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye.